Hey friends, welcome back to Rini's Corner. We are still working on the Heart Amigurumi project. We finished part 1 at the end of round 19 where we switched to color 2 at the end of the round. Now we're ready to start round number 20 where we are gonna work the top part of the base. To start round 20, we are gonna work 48 stitches in color 2 in the back loop only. So we're not doing any increases or decreases, we're just working a single crochet into each stitch, but we're working it in the back loop only. At the end of round 20, I'm gonna put it aside for now and start working on the wire. For the wire, I'm gonna need about 13 inches or 35 centimeters, and I'm gonna take one end and shape it in a circle to fit into the circular bottom of my project. And then I'm gonna take the other end and move it to the center as shown. And then I'm gonna bend it so that it is into the height of where the heart will be sitting. And then after setting the height of the wire, I'm gonna get the painter's tape and start wrapping the tape around the wire. Don't worry about the color of the tape because it will not show from the polyfill. Now that we are done with setting our wire, we are ready to start working round 21. So for round 21, I'm gonna start by working 6 single crochet stitches, and I'm working under both sides of the V, so I'm working a regular single crochet. And then I'm gonna work an invisible decrease. To work an invisible decrease, I'm gonna insert my hook under the front loop of the first stitch, and then right away I'm gonna go under the front loop of the next stitch. And then I'll yarn over and pull a loop through these 2 stitches. Now I have 2 loops on my hook. I'm gonna yarn over and pull through the 2 loops. And this is the invisible decrease. I'm gonna repeat the sequence again. So 6 single crochet stitches followed by an invisible decrease. And then we're going to repeat the same sequence again throughout the round. At the end of round 21 we should have 42 stitches. For round 22 we're going to start with crocheting 5 single crochet stitches, and then we're going to do an invisible decrease, and we're going to repeat this throughout the round. At the end of round 22 we should have 36 stitches. Now after finishing round 22 I'm gonna place the wire inside the bottom part and then start adding the polyfill around it, making sure that that wire coming on the top side is centered. For round 23 I'm gonna start by crocheting 4 single crochet stitches followed by an invisible decrease, and I'm gonna repeat this throughout the round. At the end of round 23 we should have 30 stitches. For round 24 I'm gonna start working 3 single crochet stitches followed by an invisible decrease, and we're gonna repeat that for the entire round, finishing with 24 stitches. For round 25 we're starting with 2 single crochet stitches and then an invisible decrease, and we're going to repeat that 6 times, and at the end of round 25 we're going to have 18 stitches. For round 26 we're doing 1 single crochet followed by an invisible decrease, and repeat these 2 stitches until you finish the round with 12 stitches in total. For round 27 we're gonna work invisible decreases throughout the round. So we're decreasing 2 stitches into 1 to have 6 stitches in total at the end of this round. At the end of round 27 we're gonna cut off the yarn and make a knot, and then remove your stitch marker and start weaving in the end of the yarn in your work. Now we're gonna start working on the heart using the pink color or our main color. We're gonna do a magic ring, and then we're gonna work 6 single crochet into the circle. For round number 2, place your stitch marker and then work an increase into each of the stitches. So we're gonna work 2 single crochet into each stitch, and at the end of round 2 we should have 12 stitches. For rounds 3 and 4, we're working a single crochet into each stitch. So we're not doing any increases, and at the end of each round we should have 12 stitches. After finishing round 4, I cut off the yarn and I started doing another piece beginning with round 1 until round 4. So we have 2 identical pieces, and now we're gonna join the 2 pieces together. So I'm gonna join to the first piece with a slip stitch and try to make that stitch as tight as you can, so that you don't get a hole on top of the heart. Now after doing the slip stitch, insert the hook into that same stitch where you did the slip stitch and start doing a single crochet. And this will be the beginning of round 5. So put your stitch marker there and then work a single crochet into that same stitch where you did the slip stitch. And then continue as working a single crochet into each stitch for the next 11 stitches. Now I'm gonna join again the 2 pieces together by working a slip stitch into the last stitch of round 4. So this is the last stitch I did for round 4. I'm gonna go into it and do a slip stitch. And then I'm gonna continue with a single crochet into the next stitch and for the next 11 stitches. So we should have a total of 12 single crochet stitches after the slip stitch. So to start round 6, make sure you don't work into the slip stitch. Skip the slip stitch and start working into the first single crochet of round 5. and we're gonna work a single crochet into each stitch. So for round 6 and round 7 we're gonna work one single crochet into each stitch, and at the end of each round we should have 24 stitches. For round 8 we're gonna start by working a single crochet into the first 2 stitches, followed by an invisible decrease. So the repeat for this round is 2 single crochet stitches and then a decrease. We're gonna repeat that 6 times, and at the end of the round we should have 18 stitches. For round 9 we're starting with 1 single crochet followed by a decrease, and at the end of round 9 we should have 12 stitches. Before starting round 10, start adding your polyfill. Now we're gonna start working round 10 by working a decrease throughout the round, and at the end of round 10 we should have 6 stitches. After finishing round 10, cut off the yarn, making sure you leave a long tail to use it to sew the heart to the bottom part that we worked earlier. And by this we have reached the end of part 2 of the Amigurumi heart project. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and if you're new here, consider subscribing to my channel. Until next time, keep crocheting and take care.